Welcome back to the channel. We see it, we feel it, and we reveal it. There was a recent video of Ashley Jeanae running around the hotel room, supposedly running from Joe. I'm not sure how authentic this video is, but we're going to take a look at the short clip here. So the first question and concern with this video is how authentic it was. Because at some point when you see Joe running, it looks like the video starts off where he has shorts on, and then as the video continues and he gets closer towards the stairs, it looks like he doesn't have shorts on. And that's giving more of AI features, right? Also, the way that the villas were set up. So the villas were set up as more like individual houses, and the way that he's running, or what they're running down, it looks more like a hallway in a traditional hotel. And then you see at the end of the video, they're running by a set of staircase, either up the staircase, and it just doesn't look like the same setup as the villa. One clip can shape everything, because visuals of something influence emotions, right? So when we see it, and we're seeing her running in this clip, and we're seeing him chasing in this clip, and it just puts us in that space on top of the emotions that we already have, the tension that has already been built around this topic of Ashley Jeanae, and it just increases that almost times 10 to see it visually. It spreads around quickly online, and then we begin reacting emotional, because like I said, it's already such an emotional topic before we actually stop and analyze the video. So I'm not saying that the video is completely fake, but at the same time, I cannot verify that it is all the way real. This is the account that posted the video. It's a low followership account, so I am not sure exactly how authentic it is. That's another thing that just makes it seem like there is a bit of a red flag here. The facts are definitely going to come later, but on top of all the other things that have been created around this story, the internet, people are choosing sides, and people are making what they want to out of this video. Once a narrative is given, then that becomes the online reality, right? Because that's what we see. Now, there used to be this old school saying, believe half of what you hear and none of what you see, or it could be in reverse, the other way around. But when we see things visually, it does tend to trigger us. What I've noticed in this whole situation is that boundaries have definitely disappeared, right? Because it's something that we know somebody who looks like Ashley Jeanae. There may be some people who looks like, Ashley Jeanae herself, or just her representing a community, so we can feel Ashley Jeanae, we can step into her shoes, right? But this is, for her family, a personal moment that is becoming public. So if this is a video that is not authentic, I would say that's really a shame, because we have to remember that her family is experiencing this in real time. We're turning their trauma into content, the videos that are unnecessary. It's necessary to spread her story. It's necessary to put that awareness out there. But just turning someone's trauma into content without really thinking about it is very disgusting, it's very sad, and it's very tragic, like I said, if this video is not authentic. We have to remember empathy, because people forget humanity. We get into this space where it's just, either entertainment, or people are throwing things out there for views. When stories become public, they can definitely get desensitized. Emotions drive engagement, and the internet rewards for that. And I do, once again, think that there should be some type of accountability for that. There's limited information online, and the public opinion is shifting rapidly. So not to the point where we don't think that Joe is responsible, because before this video even surfaced, we all had some type of feeling, and we still do have some type of feeling about, you know, Joe being involved in this situation. So it just adds an additional layer up under all the other things that they're trying to get sorted out, right? And I feel like when you have so much information come out and it's not all accurate, it can take away from the main message in the situation, to the point where it's like, is everyone just enjoying a good viral moment off of Ashley Jeanae's situation? Or are they really taking the time to see the lesson here? Is everybody just pushing their own opinion out? Well, oh, because she was with this white man, then this is how she deserved the situation to turn out. No, she didn't, because nobody deserves the situation to turn out that way. Nobody deserves their life to be taken because they decided to go down a different route with somebody of a different skin color, or because they decided to make a decision that is not correlating with the typical decision made by a particular community, right? People rush to judgment, they rush to their own conclusions, and it's not becoming, because like I said, you know, it takes away from the message. I think the most important message here out of Ashley Jeanae's situation to take away from is just to be careful who you associate with. Be careful who we allow into our spaces, and don't just let it be a dollar sign amount to verify why that person could be there, because money and dollar signs is the lowest hanging fruit on the tree, right? So if we are smart, or you know that you're a smart person, you know that you're capable and you have skills, eventually you'll get to the point where you have that money that it is that you're desiring. And just teaching these young girls and putting that into them, like, you don't need to go after a man because of his money. You have the capability, you have the skills to get what it is that you need. And just because you're beautiful, it doesn't mean that you'll be exempt from certain things. So just, you know, getting that message across to them young people is so important. We're worried about this clip because context matters. So like I said, instead of focusing on the most important parts of this message and, you know, just rage baiting or painting things a certain way, it doesn't do Ashley Jeanae's case a justice. It does it more of an injustice. If this video is not authentic, what does this reveal about us? Are people just becoming too comfortable watching stories where pain is presented, or watching stories where somebody's trauma is put out on front and on street for the world to see? Like, what does this really say about us as a society? Why are people so obsessed with Ashley Jeanae's story? It's a difference between being obsessed and wanting to spread a message out of concern for other girls that may have been watching her or walking in her same steps and think that that's the way to live life. But at this point, I feel like it's become an obsession, and it should be a question for us, you know, as a society, as a people. Like, you know, why would somebody feel okay doing something like, you know, putting fake information or putting a fake video out? Now, let me play devil's advocate, right? If this video is real, I'm gonna just say that it's horrible. It's like worse than seeing Cassie in the Diddy video, because we know, you know, what happened to Ashley Jeanae, but it just puts more context on it. It puts more emotions on it to see that this was a part of, you know, the last moments of her life. And you know, it just adds another level of emotion and rage. So in the comments below, let me know what you guys think. Do you think that this video is authentic? Do you think that the video is fake? Let me know what you think. I want to hear your honest thoughts and opinions. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. Until next time, love, peace, and blessings.